Hey folks, it's the R. Shawn. I want to talk a little bit about the hidden costs of bad investors. This is something that comes up a lot in my legal practice. I work with corporate clients. We often have investors or partners involved. Bad investors can have high costs. Quick disclaimer, this is not legal advice. I'm not your attorney. I can't give you legal advice in this forum. We're just going to talk very generally. Go talk to your attorney, your advisor about your situation. But I do want to give you some ideas, some education, things you can think about so that you can work with your counsel with respect to this. Bad investors can be very costly and very difficult for businesses, right? What do? I mean, if you get the wrong investor in there, they're going to make your life difficult. Stepping back, most companies today are formed LLCs, corporations. That's what we see out there. Uh, Being the manager or the president, CEO of this corporation or LLC or on the board of directors of your corporation makes you what we call a fiduciary typically, barring some legal planning, which a good lawyer might help you with. You're typically going to be in this duty of being a fiduciary. You got to do what's best for the company, not necessarily what's best for you, but what's best for the entire company, including the investors. That's a typical situation we see most people in. So when we get in a fight with investors, what happens is those investors can start challenging all of your decisions because they say they're not what's best for them or the other investors. And this creates a very challenging place. I've seen companies completely locked down where they start getting into liquidity problems, the business doesn't develop the way they expect, the investors start fighting, and then it's legal turmoil because everybody has to double check everything. Everything has to be second and third guessed. Everything has to be reviewed by counsel. It can be terrible. So you got to get the right investors. How do you do that? You got to start with a plan. You got to understand who your investors are. I know you want money if you're growing your company, and if you want to go to the next level, you got to bring investors in, and that's perfectly fine. But you got to have good documentation. Everybody has to understand each other. You have to know who the investors are, who they invested in the past, what have they done? Have they been in litigation before? How do they fight when problems come up? How do they work through issues? Really want to understand all that before you get deep in your company. It's an issue we're going to be talking about more on the McBride Attorneys Law Show YouTube site, so make sure you subscribe, check the bell. McBride Attorneys Law Show YouTube. Subscribe, and we'll be bringing you more about this. But I really want to bring an awareness about what bad investors can do and why it can be so difficult. All right, folks, looking forward to seeing you in the YouTube channel. We'll be bringing you more videos. I'm the R. Shawn. I'll talk to you very soon.